This morning, another member of Wisconsin law enforcement killed in the line of duty. What the investigation reveals about the exchange of gunfire.
Plus, new information in a mass shooting out of Texas. What investigators think the motive was.
And it has been a fairly wet morning. We've had some rain, especially south of Madison. It looks like it'll be a pretty wet morning, but we do have some improvement later this week.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. Yeah, a couple of raindrops on our weather cam outside Platteville this morning as we watch those storms roll through.
Yeah, we've got the rain, a pretty solid area of rain, but as it's been trying to move into the Madison area, we have a bit of an east wind that's ushering in some dry air, so we had a little bit of rain, but notice how it's having a hard time moving to the north. Eventually, I think the atmosphere will moisten up enough that this rain will continue to lift to the north, so you folks up there in Columbia, Dodge County, Sauk County, we'll see some of this rain. Pretty steady, though, down to the south toward Monroe and Janesville this morning. And occasionally you see a little bit of yellow showing up. That would indicate some moderate rain coming down. So a wet morning for most of us and cool. Temperatures in the 50s this morning, 52 in Madison. Janesville 55, even a little bit cooler up to the north. So a fairly cloudy, rainy morning this morning, but a lot of this will start to taper off this afternoon. However, the clouds are not going to move on out, so that'll keep our temperatures only in the lower 60s today. Yesterday, we hit the low 80s, definitely feeling like summer. But just hang on, it looks like that sun will return tomorrow, and we'll get back into the 70s, it looks like, tomorrow afternoon. So as we watch that future track, early this afternoon, a lot of that rain starts to lift to our north, but still quite a few clouds here for most of the afternoon. Might start to see a little bit of sunshine areas to the south and west later today, but with that cloud cover around, it looks like temperatures struggling to get in those low 60s today. So you'll need the windshield wipers this morning. Commuting around with the rain should become more scattered going into the early afternoon hours and then dissipate by the evening. Talk more about that sunshine, and yes, we may actually hit 80 later this week. More coming up.
Kelly, thank you very much. To our top story this morning, Wisconsin is at its highest number of law enforcement officers lost in a single year since 2000.
This after a St. Croix County deputy was shot and killed over the weekend. Investigators say a drunk driver shot and killed 29-year-old Katie Leasing Saturday evening. Leasing was responding to the call of a drunk driver in a ditch and asked him to perform a sobriety test when he opened fire and shot her. She fired back at him 3 times after she was hit but missed. She was pronounced dead later at a hospital. Now, the suspect was then later found with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound in the woods. Deputy Leasing is now at a funeral home. We are waiting for details about the service to be announced.
Deputy Leasing's death marks the 4th lost law enforcement member this year. She follows Barron County officers Emily Breidenbach and Hunter Shield just weeks ago in western Wisconsin. Before that, it was Milwaukee police officer Peter Jerving in February.
Governor Tony Evers has released a statement on Leasing's death. It says, "We are praying for the officers' loved ones, colleagues, and the surrounding community." Many other law enforcement agencies in south central Wisconsin also weighing in. The Columbia County Sheriff says that we are all hurting and grieving again with the murder of Deputy Leasing. Another brave hero killed for just doing her job. In Grant County, authorities there are saying that our hearts are heavy as another tragedy in Wisconsin has occurred.
This is the most read story on channel3000.com this morning. We'll continue to bring you updates into the investigation and how other police departments will honor Deputy Leasing's memory. You can stay up to date over on our News 3 Now app.
To another shooting now as we take a live look at Dallas, Texas this morning. The latest shooting happening in the nation, leaving 8 dead and 7 injured. And we have some new information this morning as investigators are looking into whether the suspect had ties to a white supremacy group. This happened at an outlet mall in Allen, Texas, a suburb of Dallas. The suspect killed after a confrontation with police. Officers say that he had a patch on his clothing with the initials of a neo-Nazi group. He used an assault-style weapon and multiple rounds of ammunition during the shooting.
It was at least 50 to 100 rounds. It was nonstop, and there was nothing we could do. It was just terrible.
Police say the scene was so gruesome, several officers were physically ill at the site. They also reportedly found a child hiding underneath the bodies of those who'd been killed.
We're expecting an update from police today on the Janesville High School coach who's facing child pornography charges. This after a recording device was found in a girls' locker room at Craig High School. 38-year-old Brian Kitzman identified as the suspect shortly after that device was found. Janesville police say he's coached a number of teams for Craig High. Despite a News 3 Now policy not to name people accused of crimes until they've been formally charged, we are naming Kitzman because of the nature of the crime and the fact that there are potentially several student victims. Police plan to provide more information at a press conference scheduled for this afternoon.
A Fitchburg man sentenced to 6 years in prison for recklessly endangering safety in a shooting from last summer. Prosecutors say Dwayne Pickens Jr. shot at another man while they were in separate cars at an intersection last June. It followed an argument they had gotten into at a nearby gas station. Pickens pleaded guilty to a first-degree charge of recklessly endangering safety by use of a dangerous weapon and possession of a firearm as a convicted felon. In exchange, 2 bail jumping counts against him were dismissed.
6:05 now. Another call for action success in the books this morning. This one months in the making for a woman with an expensive medical bill. Back in March, our call for action team told you about a medical billing nightmare for one Madison woman. 2 years of healthcare confusion while paying for her treatments ended up making her pay double. She says thanks to the help of our team, she now has her money back.
It's call for action that helped me. Nobody else did.
In a statement to News 3 Now, Optum Communications, the company behind the confusion, said they couldn't comment specifically on the issue out of privacy concerns, but they did tell us they were committed to working with their account holders for a resolution. Remember, you can call for action anytime. Just head on over to channel3000.com/call-for-action to submit your complaint.
6:06 now. Technology is meant to improve our lives, but that doesn't always happen. As a new Consumer Reports investigation reveals, some of the things that power our lives each day can contain hidden biases that results in unfair practices towards communities of color. Shane Hogan reports.
For decades, people of color were kept out of home ownership, a practice called redlining. Though this practice is now illegal, the results haven't changed.
The information used in redlining has largely been fed into new algorithms that are essentially doing the same kind of thing without the racist overtones.
A new Consumer Reports documentary series called Bad Input sheds light on the ways in which technology is failing in home lending, medicine, and facial recognition and security. So that leads to the question, can technology be racist?
The answer is yes. If tech is fed bad information, it will continue to give us bad outputs.
During the pandemic, pulse oximeters helped save lives. But a study done by experts at the University of Michigan showed that the technology was not as accurate for black patients versus white patients.
People of color were presenting and getting wrong readings. It delayed the care that they were able to receive and could really have some dire consequences. If you're showing up and your blood oxygen level is incorrect.
You may not notice it, but facial recognition technology can be found everywhere, on your phone, at the self-checkout at a store, or standing in line at an event and security is scanning.
We've seen cases across the country of people being misidentified and facing criminal charges.
To learn more about discriminatory technology and to watch CR's 3-part documentary series Bad Input, visit badinput.org. This is Shane Hogan.
Some ways to use technology responsibly include limiting the following activities: posting pictures of yourself or family on social media, joining a public Wi-Fi network, or signing up for something where you have to enter personal information. Those all sound really hard to do.
Indeed it does.
Oh boy.
All right, it's 6:08 now. Coming up, the Brewers try to end a 6-game losing streak. Who came up big against the Giants?
And we're live in the 608 this morning at Hook's Cheese in Mineral Point, where they're set to release a 20-year cheddar. And we've got a taste and how you can get your hands on that coming up.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
At McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Barnes, it's a great company.
I hear people talk a lot about how they enjoy working here. We are Dane County's largest full-service lawn, landscape, tree, and snow removal company and 100% employee-owned.
We're often asked what it means to be an employee owner. It means we share our profits with the people who work at Barnes.
The better we do as employees, the happier our customer is, and the more likely they are to be with us long term.
Join the Barnes team. Apply at barnesincareers.com.
You've got this. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Risky's World, the perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring, always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Friskies.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. Hook's Cheese set to release a 20-year cheddar in the 608 today, and we've got a taste of what to expect.
Yeah, Josh Breider is live at Hook's this morning in Mineral Point, and you're making me nervous again holding this big block of 20-year aged cheddar that they have worked so hard on there at Hook's. That's worth, I don't think it's a lot.
It's a lot of money. How much do you think, John?
$209 a pound here, guys. And I don't know how many pounds this is, but it's heavy. I feel like I can do some squats with this thing. We should note it is very loud in here. They're actually making cheese at this hour. So we're actually seeing a little bit of this process here this morning as well. And 20 years ago, May of 2003, that's when they made this big block that I'm holding right here. And it's going to be set to be released here later today in Mineral Point. Corey Bennett is with the Mineral Point Chamber of Commerce. Corey, good morning to you. Good morning. So, I mean, you live here in Mineral Point. You've been here forever. This is so special for you guys as a chamber.
It is. It's an exciting time for the entire community and for Hook's Cheese to release this 20-year aged cheddar.
So you guys are doing a cheese cutting ceremony. So this is really an opportunity for the community to come out and celebrate today.
Yes, the entire community is welcome to come down at 5 o'clock and watch Tony cut the cheese.
When you think about 20 years, I mean, this is pretty special for you guys and really celebrate local, too.
Yes, it's a monumental time for Hook's. Hook's has been a staple in our community for decades, and we are just excited to celebrate Tony and Hook's Cheese.
And celebrate local businesses is what you guys are all about.
Yes, exactly.
So let's put up the information on the screen right now. So you guys are having the cheese cutting ceremony later on today. And what do people need to know if they're interested, Corey?
They just need to show up at Hook's Cheese before 5 o'clock.
And pretty simple, just show up and get an opportunity to get a hold of this. I mean, we just had a gentleman walk in here moments ago, and he had a 28-year-old cheddar. He had purchased it 8 years ago. So when you see people like that, I mean, that is obviously an honor for you guys, too.
Yeah, so he actually purchased it the last time Tony released it, and so now he's got the 28-year with him today. So,
that is so cool.
Yes.
That is so cool. So
small
special.
Community, and we're very excited.
That's all about celebrating our local community, too,
Yes.
Corey. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time this morning. We'll have all this up on channel3000.com as well, guys. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to talk to Tony Hook himself about how special a day this is, and then I'm going to get an opportunity to try the 20-year cheddar as well. $209 a pound here, guys. I don't know how heavy that thing is, but that's a lot of money sitting right there, and I have my hands on it this morning.
So I broke out the calculator, and so let's say that thing is 30 pounds. 30 pounds, conservatively. That means, Josh, you're picking up a $6,000 chunk of cheese.
Oh, boy. Does our work insurance cover that? Maybe we're going to get a text from the bosses being like, don't hold that anymore.
Keep your paws off that, buddy.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right, Josh Breider live at Hooks in Mineral Point this morning. Thank you, Josh. I was doing just a little bit of background information because we're journalists. Aged cheddar is usually aged 12 to 18 months.
Wow.
Like, so when you see something at the store and it says aged cheddar, it's somewhere between 12 and 18 months. That thing is 20 years
Creamy.
old.
It's going to be good. I hope he brings some back.
It's supposed to get sharper, I think, the longer you wait.
Look at this cheese expert over here. 6:15. Before I get any cheese jokes, we're going to toss it over to Kelly Slivka with your first one weather. Good morning,
So
Kelly.
some of that cheese that's been sitting in the back of my fridge might be worth something now? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, huh?
You should try that
Wonder
out.
how long before aged cheddar is just too old.
You just scrape that mold off, it'll be fine.
It'd be just fine, huh? Well, I tell you what, we have got some gloomy weather out there this morning. We've had a little bit of rain. Our sky cam here at the station showing the clouds, a little bit of fog showing up. So we don't have a lot of lightning, thankfully, but we do have our photo contest winner. This is an awesome shot of some lightning. It almost looks like it's striking that bridge right into the water here. Not exactly sure where this is, but a beautiful shot of some lightning bolts. Going to need the umbrella this week as we've got rain this morning and also later this week into the weekend. This is our umbrella contest. Just submit your photo and you have the chance of winning one of these umbrellas at firstwarn@WISC.com or use the First Warn weather app and you can submit your photo and have a chance of winning an umbrella. Right now we do have the light rain, but notice how as it's getting toward the Madison area, we had a little bit earlier, but it's pretty much drying up. And that's because we do have a bit of an east wind bringing in some dry air. Eventually, I think this area of rain, the shield of rain, will win out and take over that dry air that we have in place with that easterly wind. So a rainy morning, and with the clouds lingering into the afternoon, it's going to be much cooler. Highs only in low 60s today, almost 20 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday. Sun returns tomorrow, milder temperatures getting up close to 70. Later this week, we're going to be back to some rounds of showers and storms. Right now, 52 in Madison, the Dells, 56 in Lone Rock, 51 in Sun Prairie, 54 in Stoughton, Rockdale at 51, Mount Horeb and Cross Plains both at 54. So the rain pretty solid throughout the morning hours into the early afternoon as we head toward the noon hour. A lot of it is starting to lift to the north and east. Mainly light, occasionally some moderate rain. Noticing the sun starting to break out down to the south and west. I don't know if that'll quite get into the Madison area. That's why we'll only get the low 60s. Rainfall amounts generally a quarter to half of an inch. I think that'll be about it. So on tomorrow, though, we'll wake up to some fog and clouds in the morning, but we'll get into some sunshine and temperatures closer to a 70 tomorrow afternoon. First warm forecast gets better after today. The rainy morning leads to some sunshine tomorrow. Also Wednesday, maybe 80 on Thursday. Chances of rain and thunderstorms Friday into the upcoming weekend.
What a weekend it was for Badger softball. Back-to-back shutouts over Iowa, with Saturday's game being a run rule. All that's left for the regular season, at least, is to complete this sweep over the Hawks. And if Bucky can make that happen, they'll lock up the 5 seed in the Big Ten tournament. And with it being the regular season finale, it's also the final day of senior weekend. Kayla Conwent balled out in her final home game, starting the scoring off with a solo shot in the first inning. That tied things up at 1, and that's how we got to the third. It's Conwent once again. Singles up the middle, and that would score Katie Keller to put Bucky back on top. They'd hold that lead, beating the Hawks 3-1. Next up is the Big Ten tourney, which begins on Wednesday. 6 straight losses for the Brewers, but that's not anything that a little cheese can't fix. William Contreras got the Brew Crew on the board first with a 2-run shot. Giants even it up, but here comes Willie Adames. He had a big day. Sac fly in the third here, which gives the Crew the lead. Then he's going to touch them all, and he's done that quite a few times. In fact, this is a 100th career homer. This just a few innings later. Brewers would go on to win 7-3 and snap the skid. Steve Stricker looking to finish strong at the Mitsubishi Electric Classic on Sunday. After shooting par on the front 9, Strick dials it up on the back, sinks 3 straight birdies, ended the day with 4 and tied for 5th, 8 shots off the lead. Packers wrapped up rookie minicamp on Saturday. A total of 48 rooks attended the camp, including the Pack's 13-man draft class. Matt LaFleur says his coaches are impressed with what they've seen, especially from one position group. You could argue the Packers have invested more in the tight end position this year than they have in a long time. Packers brass took Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft with 2 of their first 4 picks in this year's draft, and Matt LaFleur likes what he sees from the pair of pass catchers.
Certainly, they both looked the part. They both were fast, explosive, very, very smart guys, which is always exciting because I think they're going to be able to pick up the playbook at a pretty good rate. So we'll just see how it goes over the next couple of weeks and into OTAs in terms of how much they can handle.
Back to you.
6:20 up next, how a fast food restaurant is using artificial intelligence to improve their customer experience.
Scammers are also using AI to get your money. We'll have a brand new warning for you this morning so you don't become a victim.
And as we had to break, a look at gas prices on your Monday. We'll be right back.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
Right now, get the limited time Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
Imagine life without that awful joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. Now there's an amazing non-invasive medical option available here. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. No surgery, no steroids. A natural solution that helps restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. Don't spend one more day in pain. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Learn more about these non-surgical procedures at QC Kinetics.
When you take me by the hand, I feel better again. Oh, I feel better now.
Are we still on for 3?
I'm on phone.
When your team needs more space to work and eat.
Carl, is that mackerel? No, it's trout.
It matters where you stay.
Fish tacos?
Carl.
Hilton for the stay.
The pain level was over 10, and my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports there. It was the first time that I had no pain.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Feel protected under our roof with expert agents who will find the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy your dreams. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Welcome back. I wanted to give you a peek of our evening Saturday night. We were at the Wisconsin Broadcast Association Awards, and we took home quite a few awards. Actually, we got Best Morning Newscast, we got Best Live Reporter for Josh, we got Best Evening Newscast, along with a slew of other awards, which would not be possible without the help of everyone in the newsroom, from photographers to reporters, our web journalists to our ops crew here at News 3 Now. We couldn't be more thankful to work with some of the best in the business.
It was a good night, yeah. The awards are nice. They're nice.
Chris is not a big awards guy.
You know, it's nice.
It was fun to dress up. You looked sharp.
Thank you. Oh, you look great.
Thank you.
She's giving me a hard time because I asked if she had her hair professionally done. I said, did you go somewhere to have your hair done? And she thought I was giving her a hard time because it looked great, and I thought, but she did it herself.
Because he previously made fun of me and said I was the type, but we're getting really off track here. I should just stop. Okay. I'm not a princess.
Everybody looked great. Thanks for all the comments on social media. We appreciate it.
We had a very good time, yeah.
So we're hearing so much about AI these days, artificial intelligence, and now it's trying to make its way into your fast food experience. So Leah, I want to know what you think about this. If you go into the drive-thru and you hear an automated voice talk to you, like say Culver's started doing this.
You know I love Culver's.
Would you be okay with this?
And it's not a real human. It's an AI-generated voice.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not real. Do you think they can nail a Wisconsin accent?
Ooh.
Because
that would be great.
Get the heck out. Eh?
Could you imagine that? Around the country, you go to the South, the Southern, accents.
Then I could get behind it, but I need to hear that my folks are there taking care of me.
Right.
I hear you. Hey, quick weather.
Yeah, we've got the rain this morning. It's been fairly steady, but we'll look at some improving conditions later this week. The rain before the morning will keep our temperatures only in the 60s today.
Keep it here. Your top headlines right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Buy 2, get 2 free on Coke 12 packs. And get pints of blueberries, 2 for $5 at Hy-Vee. That's buy 2, get 2 free on 12-pack Coke products. And get pints of blueberries, 2 for $5. Monday only at Hy-Vee.
Here at Precision, we are veteran-owned, and we take pride in servicing not only our community, but serving our country as well. No job is too big and no job is too small. Here at Precision, we'll fix them all.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. Join us on air, online, and in your village, and take time for kids.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze Small Spaces. Just press firmly and it continuously fights odors in the air and on soft surfaces for 45 days.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive contains ALA to relieve nerve aches and B-complex vitamins to fortify healthy nerves. Try Nervive and try Nervive Pain Relieving Roll-On.
Oh no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic, we're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay, just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh, yeah. Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness.
Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime.
It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy.
Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
Buy 2, get 2 free on Coke 12 packs. And get pints of blueberries, 2 for $5 at Hy-Vee. That's buy 2, get 2 free on 12-pack Coke products. And get pints of blueberries, 2 for $5. Monday only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, a record number of Wisconsin law enforcement lost in the line of duty. Details on the officer killed this weekend.
Also, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in Wisconsin, where he was the guest of honor.
Your first look outside this morning, a wet way to start your week. Kelly's tracking the potential for thunderstorms for your Monday.
Yeah, we have the fog, some light rain moving through the Madison area, especially areas to the south, seeing pretty solid area of rain. It's going to be a rainy Monday morning, but some improvement later this week.
Oh, good rainy Monday morning, everyone. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Maybe stay in bed a couple extra minutes this morning. Yeah,
can I do that?
Yep. Would you like to point to it?
Can I just hop back in bed and curl back
jump
up?
back in. Yeah.
Can I do that? That'd be wonderful. You know, it was nice. It wasn't raining whenever we came into work this morning. It started up really just a little bit ago, and that's kind of what we're in for all morning, right?
Pretty much all morning. It looks like a pretty solid area of rain, so just get used to that this morning. I guess it's better than coming in on Sunday. Yesterday was just absolutely gorgeous. But now we're going to see the rain this morning. Pretty steady. It's generally light rain, and you notice it's having a hard time shifting to the north. We have a bit of an easterly wind bringing in some dry air, but you can see the solid area of rain, especially from Madison areas to the south toward the Illinois border. Occasionally see a little bit of yellow showing up. Moderate rain moving through. That's what we can expect for the morning. 52 in Madison, 51 in Juneau. Janesville currently 55 degrees, and it's going to be a cooler day because of the rain this morning. And even though the rain will let up this afternoon, the clouds will hold tough. So only in the low 60s today. Looks like that sun will return tomorrow and up close to 70, and we'll be well in the 70s much of this week. So the rain starts to lift to our north on our future track as we look just after the noon hour, moving up to the north. We're still only in the upper 50s, though, early this afternoon, topping out in the lower 60s. May see a little bit of sunshine areas to the southwest as you get toward Platteville. Toward the Illinois border. So morning rain, cooler this afternoon as we only get up to a 61. We'll talk more about that sunshine this week and more storms later on. More coming up.
Kelly, thank you very much. Hey, you can track those storms yourself by downloading our First Warn Weather app. Just search for WISC Weather in your app store.
We're covering some breaking news this morning. 2 teenagers, one just 14 years old, on the run after a shooting in the Fox Valley overnight. If you're not paying attention, take a look at your screen here. These are photos of the 2 suspects. Police in Fond du Lac are looking for these 2 after that shooting in a neighborhood last night that killed 1 person and injured 2 others. The suspects, 14-year-old Parisi Larry Jr. and 17-year-old Antonio Johnston. If you see them, you should not approach them. Call police.
Now to continuing coverage on a deputy shot and killed in northwestern Wisconsin.
The death marks the first time in 23 years that 4 officers have been killed in the state in a single year. Police have identified 29-year-old Katie Leasing as the St. Croix County deputy officer killed over the weekend. She was responding to a drunk driver having gone in the ditch. After administering a field sobriety test on 34-year-old Jeremiah Johnson, he fired a round, killing Deputy Leasing. Johnson then ran off into the woods, shot and killed himself an hour after the incident. Meantime, the community of Hudson gathering at a vigil saying news like this is hard to take and happens too often.
My son is a police officer. I've got other family who are in the police force across the 2 states, and I just wanted to show my respects for the officer who was lost yesterday. 3 in Wisconsin, 1 in Minnesota within the last month. I just hope it's not a trend.
The Wisconsin Professional Police Association has responded to death, saying that the fact that we're barely 5 months into the year is beyond alarming. Our entire law enforcement community is in a state of profound mourning. The executive director went on to say that lawmakers must put aside their differences and do more to support law enforcement.
New this morning, a really shocking use of artificial intelligence has Madison police warning about a sophisticated scam. And we're taking action to help keep you safe with some advice here. Now, scammers are cloning the voices of people and using them to call friends or family to ask for money. The technology is nearing a point where the voices are almost impossible to tell apart. So here's some of that advice. Don't trust the voice if you get a call from someone you know claiming to be in trouble. Verify the call by calling back a number you know. Establish a word code or phrase maybe only your family knows, and be wary of the payment method. Anything like wire transfers, crypto, gift card requests, they're all really big red flags. Make sure you report it too if you think you're a scam victim. The Federal Trade Commission might be able to help.
Madison police investigating after they say an apartment was shot into. It happened on the city's southwest side. Officers were called to Allied Drive near Allied Park around 9:30 Saturday night for reports of gunshots. A caller reported that a bullet came through a wall and into a room where family members were sitting on a couch. No injuries were reported. Police have not released any suspect information.
Meanwhile, police in Fitchburg are investigating a fight they say escalated into a shooting. Officers responding to Pike Drive, about 2 blocks from Aldo Leopold Park, around 1 a.m. Sunday for reports of gunfire. They say they found 5 shell casings near where the fight reportedly happened. Nobody injured, no property damage reported. If you know anything, if you might have seen something in this neck of the woods, you should contact Fitchburg Police.
6:35 now as we take a live look at Washington this morning. We are 547 days away from Election Day next November, when the nation will decide a president. Well, campaigning or not, here in the battleground state of Wisconsin, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is making some headlines. DeSantis stopped by Rothschild as a guest of honor at the Marathon County GOP's Lincoln Day dinner. 600 guests joined the Florida governor in promoting what he calls the Florida way. Now, according to a CBS poll, former President Donald Trump is leading the GOP primary field with 58% of the vote, followed by DeSantis with 22%.
A leader is not captive to polls. A leader gets ahead of polls. A leader sets a vision, executes on that vision, and delivers results. That's when you can look at the polls.
DeSantis has not officially announced that he's running next year. The 44-year-old Republican governor has gained national spotlight, though, campaigning against woke ideology, battling with Disney, and fighting to loosen gun laws.
On the other side of the aisle, Democrats seem less than enthusiastic about the prospect of a second term for President Biden. A new Washington Post ABC News poll reports about 58% of Democrats would like to see someone else nominated. Only 36% said Democrats should nominate the sitting president. Among all adults, the poll shows nearly 2/3 feel Biden lacks the mental sharpness for another term. 62% say he's not in good enough physical health.
A very busy morning for WORT-FM host Andy Moore. He has the new station record for the most guests interviewed in an hour.
Only on WRT will you meet Janis Joplin from Another Life. Thank you. Here's a friend. Here's your friend. Here's the festival's friend. We got to speed it up, okay? We are about to break the 24-year-old WORT record. I am like coming undone here.
There's a lot going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he accomplished this feat during his show, the Friday 8 o'clock buzz outside of the station. 86 people were interviewed. That means each interview lasted about 42 seconds each. That beats the former record set in 1999 by then host Jonathan Zaroff. A variety of city and community leaders were there, including Governor Tony Evers, who got a chance to be interviewed.
Congrats to Andy. Very interesting.
Sorry, Governor, got to keep it moving along here. Only got 42 seconds for you.
Sure he's never been said that before. All right, 6:37 now. Let's take a live look outside. A warm up on your way for the week. Kelly's talking about when we're going to see 80s in the forecast.
And continuing coverage of the fentanyl crisis in America. What new data this morning shows about the deadly consequences.
And I'm Josh Ryder live in the 608. It is a big day in Mineral Point here at Hook's Cheese, where they are set to release their 20-year cheddar. We've got all the details on how you can get your hands on this when News 3 Now this morning continues.
Did you leave the lights on?
No. What the? I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
Get 4 Arby's Classic Roast Beef Sandwiches for just $10. That's one for now, one after that, one to celebrate the first 2, and one more because that's how many 4 is. Arby's, we have the meat.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at the Century House.
Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature-based recliners and ottomans, and cross-based recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
When you're ready to go, but static says, whoa. Try Bounce Lasting Fresh. More freshness, more softness, less static, less wrinkles. Bounce Lasting Fresh. Yeah, it's the sheet.
When standing is not fun or walking is an effort, you can't enjoy the things you love.
Then I discovered Good Feet supports could reduce the stress to my feet, knees, and back.
Well, now I could just run without thinking that my foot's tearing in half. It's way better.
And I can walk or work when I need to and still have energy for fun. My only regret is I wish I came to Good Feet sooner, because it's time for me to step up my game.
Come into a Good Feet store.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Show us your weather photos, and you could win a First Warn weather umbrella. Send us your weather pics in an email or on the First Warn weather app. We'll select and showcase the winning entries each day on News 3 Now This Morning and News 3 Now at 6. Send in your pics to win a First Warn weather umbrella today.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now This Morning.
Welcome back. Hooks Cheese is set to release a 20-year cheddar in the 608 today, and we've got a taste of what to expect.
Josh Sprider is live this morning. Talked about this 20-year-old cheddar. You're taste testing it this morning, right?
Getting a little taste here, guys. Really expensive taste, because this is some rare stuff. I've even got a little bit of it in my hand for you to see. Again, this is a 20-year cheddar that Hooks Cheese is set to release later on today in Mineral Point. This is the third release of a 20-year cheddar here at Hooks. Tony Hook himself is up early with us this morning. Tony, good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations on another successful 2-decade run here for some sharp cheddar.
Thank you. Yes, this is the third release. This batch happens to be a white cheddar. The very first batch was released in 2015. One of our customers was kind enough to drop this off. And this was a yellow cheddar. The first two were yellow. The batch today that we will cut at 5 o'clock tonight is a white cheddar.
So there's a lot of work behind the scenes that, of course, goes into what we get to enjoy at home.
Right, right. Of course, the make. Today we're making cheddar, about 10 hours to make the cheese, but then it's the aging process that makes it what it is. So we'll put it in the cold storage, let it start aging. The bacteria, the starter cultures start working it, and then they die out and the enzymes start changing the proteins in the cheese. So over time, it gets more flavorful. From 3 to 5 years, it gets more acidic. Then it starts smoothing out and getting calcium lactate crystals like you can see on the whole exterior of this block. Some people like crystals in their cheese. It's got the same texture as salt, but it doesn't really have any flavor. It's just kind of a crunch.
That's so fascinating. So really today's event is all about celebrating your customer base. I mean, you already mentioned Paul, one of your loyal customers, dropping off that first release, which is now a 28-year cheddar.
28 years.
That's incredible.
Yep. He says someday he's going to try it.
Someday, who knows? Maybe you got to get to 30. We'll see if we get a couple more years. So, talk a little bit about being here at Mineral Point, what the community is like for you in supporting your business.
So, Mineral Point has always been very supportive. We moved to Mineral Point in 1976. We took over a small co-op, and in 1987, we purchased this plant, my wife Julie and I. And Mineral Point has always been about supporting all of their small local businesses. And so the event tonight is just another celebration of Mineral Point, and Hook's Cheese Company to go with it.
Yeah, this is home for you. Let's put up the information on the screen right now. Again, they'll be cutting the cheese later on today, 5 o'clock here in Mineral Point. So you can get your hands on this. And Tony, you guys had 1,000 pounds available.
1,000 pounds available.
900 pounds is already gone?
A little over 900. So if you really want some, you better be contacting us today, probably.
Yeah, earlier than later, right? All right, so I've got a little bit of a sample here, guys. Take a look at this. You know, we mentioned $209 a pound, so this is probably worth a couple of dollars here, this one little piece.
This tiny little shaving there.
Oh my gosh. That is so good.
So is it supposed to get sharper? It's supposed to get sharper as it gets older.
That's a way to start a Monday. It does, and I can confirm that. That is so good.
Can you bring those little shards back for us, Josh?
I'll try my best. No promises.
He's going to eat it on the way back. Did you guys know I had Hook's Cheese at my wedding? I would have married Hook's Cheese if it was a person.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yes,
Leah loves those.
I love Hook's.
I didn't even know that.
I love it. Love it. Josh Breiter, making us
hungry. Now I know why it was so good.
Yeah, you better believe it.
If you have an inspirational story for Josh, he'd love to hear from you. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Okay, it's 6:45. To our health stories this morning. New data shows a dramatic increase in fentanyl overdoses and deaths in the U.S. The CDC reports from 2016 to 2021, the fentanyl death rate quadrupled. It went from roughly 5 deaths per 100,000 people to more than 20. The data also showed a rise in methamphetamine and cocaine deaths, but a decrease in heroin and oxycodone.
All right, Kelly Slifka's here now with your first warn forecast. We got a lot of rain in the picture for today. Huh?
What's that saying? Rainy days and Mondays, you know?
Always get me down.
There you go. Well, that's what we got this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going to need the umbrella all morning long. It's going to be a pretty steady rain here in southern Wisconsin, a very slow-moving storm system. We don't have a lot of lightning with this. Most of this occurred in parts of Illinois, but we do have the solid area of rain moving into southern Wisconsin. You know, it's kind of hitting a roadblock as it hits northern parts of Dane County, and that's because we have a dry easterly wind, but eventually I think all this moisture will win out and all this rain will move through Sauk County, Columbia County, Dodge County as well. The more solid area of rain is just south of Madison down toward Janesville and Monroe as you get closer toward the Illinois border. So it's going to be a rainy morning, and with the clouds sticking around into the afternoon, temperatures are going to be about 20 degrees cooler than those low 80s that we saw yesterday. Sun and milder weather will return already tomorrow, so just hang on, just got to get through today. Later in the week, we have a storm system that's going to move in, bring us chances of showers and storms going into the weekend. Now, it's not going to be a complete washout, but we will have chances of rain going into the weekend. Temperatures right now are in the 50s, 52 in Madison. It's a little warmer in Boscobel at Prairie du Chien, both at 58. Platteville, 58 as well. Juneau at 51, 52 currently in Madison. 54 in Waunakee, Sun Prairie 51, Cottage Grove and Stoughton both at 53, 54 currently in Mount Horeb. So temperatures not rising a whole lot because of the solid area of rain that we have this morning. Now, as we get toward the noon hour, a lot of this rain starting to lift to the north, generally light. Occasionally, you might see a little bit of a moderate shower come down, and then that shall lift up to the north. Might see a little bit of sunshine down toward Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, Mineral Point, and Platteville. I think we'll be stuck in the clouds, unfortunately, in Madison, and that'll keep our temperatures in the lower 50s. Now, tomorrow morning, we may see a little bit of fog early on. That should disperse, and we'll get back into some sunshine and mild temperatures. It looks like going into tomorrow afternoon, temperatures getting up closer to 70. So we're going to be under this ridge of high pressure for most of the week. So that'll keep us quiet. Middle part of the week, we're going to see those temperatures really start to soar, maybe getting up close to 80, feeling a little bit like summer. You see this little dip here off to the west. That's a storm system that's going to park itself off to the west. We'll be on the warm side of it, so we're looking at warm temperatures to round out the work week into the weekend. But along with that, we'll have chances of some showers and storms. First warm forecast, 61 only today. It does get much better tomorrow, 70, 74 on Wednesday. 80 potentially on Thursday before we have those chances of showers and thunderstorms. Once again, not a complete washout for Mother's Day, but may have to dodge a little bit of rain on Sunday.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thanks a lot. 6:48, the remains of a World War II soldier are back home in Wisconsin this morning, more than 70 years after being killed in action. Coming up in the morning sprint, how the government was able to identify him.
But first, it is May 8th. We want to say happy birthday to Nolan, this little cutie, and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us. Have a great birthday, Nolan.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Precision is an excellent company. We had an idea of what we wanted, but we weren't sure how to put it together.
It's kind of one of those things that I personally take pride in, making sure that the people make the right decision.
We highly recommend Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is wholly words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Mother's Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Clean your cars, clothes, and canines at the Magic Wash.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with breaking news. Two teenagers, one just 14 years old, are on the run after a shooting in the Fox Valley overnight. You're looking at a photo of the two suspects right here. Police in Fond du Lac are looking for the two after a shooting in a neighborhood that killed one person and injured two others. The suspects, 14-year-old Paris Larry Jr. and 17-year-old Antonio Johnston. If you see either of these two, you should not approach them, just call police. New details in the case of a killed officer in northwestern Wisconsin. 29-year-old St. Croix County Deputy Katie Leasing was shot and killed after responding to a drunk driver in a ditch. This is the third officer killed in Wisconsin in a month, the fourth this year. That's the most officers killed since the year 2000.
In Janesville, a high school coach facing child pornography charges this morning. It comes after a recording device was found in a girls' locker room at Craig High School. 38-year-old Brian Kitzman has coached for various teams for the school. He's not been officially charged, but we're naming him due to the nature and the potential victims involved here. More information is going to be released at a police news conference later this afternoon, so check for updates on channel3000.com.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is hoping to promote the Florida way as he makes some stops in Wisconsin. 600 people joining him at the Marathon County GOP's Lincoln Day dinner yesterday. DeSantis says he's not captive to the polls that have him trailing Trump, and he wants to set a vision that gets results.
First Lieutenant Harms, a 26-year-old B-24 pilot from Grafton, killed in action during World War II, is now back home. Last summer, the DNA of Harms' sister Laura was used to help identify him. The U.S. government started exhuming remains of soldiers, making sure every family knows their loved ones have made it back.
The city of Madison is honoring firefighters who lost their lives with a touching tribute over the weekend. It marks the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Weekend. A fire station in town, the Overture, and the municipal building all lit up in honor. You can see here 144 firefighters who died in the line of duty across the country were remembered.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott, for the first time, is considering gun control measures. It comes after 8 people were killed and at least 7 others injured during a shooting at a suburban mall in the suburban part of Dallas over the weekend. The victims range in age from 5 to 61. Dashcam video showed the driver pull up in a gray car, open the door, and take aim at the shoppers while wearing body armor. One witness said the man could have fired as many as 100 shots.
Also in Texas, police are investigating after 7 people were killed and 6 injured as a vehicle hit them while waiting at a bus stop just outside of a migrant shelter. It happened yesterday. Police say it appeared to be intentional. Many of the victims are migrants.
WORT-FM setting a new station record for the most guests interviewed in an hour. The host here interviewed a lot of folks, 86 in 1 hour. Each interview lasted about 42 seconds. Interviews included one with Governor Tony Evers.
All right, good morning. First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka on this rainy Monday morning. Going to have to get used to this morning. I think we'll have to wait until the afternoon before a lot of this light rain starts to dissipate. And it's going to be a much cooler day as well, even though the rain will lighten up as we get into the early afternoon hours. The clouds will stick around. Right now we're starting out at 52 in Madison. The Dells a little bit warmer there in Platteville, 58, 59 currently in Prairie du Chien. So throughout the morning hours, we'll see this light, occasionally moderate rain should be lifting to the north as we get toward the noon hour. May see a little bit of sun areas to the southwest, but I think we'll be socked in with clouds here in the Madison area, areas to the north and east. Temperatures only in the lower 60s. So as you plan your day, you'll need that umbrella, the rain gear this morning. Maybe you can shed that going into the afternoon, but temperatures only in the low 60s. We were in the low 80s yesterday. Northeast wind will make it feel a little bit chilly as well. We'll quickly rebound, though, with the sun returning tomorrow. 70s expected for Wednesday as well. Up close to 80 on Thursday. We will have a storm system that'll bring us some showers and thunderstorms toward the end of the week. Going into the weekend, won't be a complete washout, but we'll have to dodge some rain for the weekend.
Kelly, thank you very much.
Keep it here. Another news and weather update in 30 minutes.